Hello and welcome to Journey to the Center of My Psyche, Part 1. This is Majora's Mask. This is a video game. We're gonna play it. That's a practice file, but we're gonna make a new one, except we're gonna make it have the same name, because I only have one name most of the time, but not when I don't. We're gonna try to be as not meta as possible, and we're definitely not gonna mention this in the first episode, which I think I did, but that's okay. We're also not going to have the mouse on screen. We're also going to let you read that. By we, I mean I and you. You being the internet. A boy battling evil. This takes place right after Ocarina of Time, I think, which I also haven't played. I really suck. I guess I need to play more video games. Darned if I do, darned if I don't. He has an invaluable friend, a friend with whom he parted ways, and he went on to do some other things involving Majora's Mask. That's kind of the thing we're doing right now, actually. It's a video game. I think I've explained this to you. So, this is actually take 3. I tried using the fast forward button, which makes things go a lot faster, like this. But, unfortunately, it tends to make things pixels, by that is English words they mouth, kind of freak out and then not record. So I'm hoping this will look better, and if it doesn't, I'm gonna upload it anyway. You know, this is the last take, this is the last option, and I'm not gonna do anything else. Alright, I got no shame. Besides, as if anyone's gonna watch this, let's be honest. I suspect that small creatures couldn't knock Link off his horse like that. But, you know, that's just me. Does it really matter? Does it matter? I don't think it matters. This is the villain, from what I've found. Like I said, I've only played through a very short portion of this game just to figure out controls. I'm not really familiar with the emulator or anything about this, so it'll be an experience. I could do voices. Or you could pause and read that by yourself so I don't have to read it. Voices could be fun, though. I guess I'm going to do that. Although I'm not sure what voice to give him. This will be fun. This will be fun. Wow, he just kind of unceremoniously kicked him over and takes his ocarina. He's kind of a jerk. Like, Also, he's a creepy laugh, as I've discerned very quickly into this game. So I guess the fairies are, like, related, because, you know, all fairies are related. It's like all humans are related. We're literally all the same person. He kind of turns around surprised. So, at first, I'm thinking, like, wow, this guy is a crummy villain, and then he just, like, flies away and then kills a horse. So I decided that he can't suck that much. Currently, yeah, I'm rooting for him, not Link, by the way, because Link looks like he's constipated. Or something. So, this forest is kind of perpetually foggy until we get to the next area, in which I can actually control him at there, too. I'm not really sure, why he just didn't do that earlier, instead of, like, leading him right to the lair. I hadn't noticed that before, but I'm watching this again, so... So yeah, things get unfog. These are controls. I can attack with buttons. Yeah, buttons. Okay, I can charge. I've tested this. Okay. And I can roll. Okay. So, this is a game. I haven't been able to figure out if there's a jump function yet, but when you walk up to ledges, you kind of jump automatically, which is a dang interesting mechanic, albeit not very practical, I'd think. But, I don't know. I haven't needed to jump so far, so I assume that it doesn't exist in this game. And I'm falling. We're just going to clear out the kind of like tutorial island thing. This is an interesting thing. I'm not sure if this is supposed to simulate whether I'm like dreaming or I was knocked out, or whether I'm just falling into somewhere interesting. But that's a flower. And this is the villain, who I guess is Majora? I don't know. What's with that stupid horse of yours? It doesn't listen to a word that's said to it. Link is just like, I don't know. There's no point writing a thing like that, so I did you a favor and got rid of it. Aw, boo-hoo, why the sad face? I just thought I'd have a little fun with you. Oh, come now, do you really think you can beat me as I am now, fool? And that's kind of terrifying, not gonna lie. I've heard, like, interesting things about this game, but seeing as how I haven't played it and I've done no looking upping. Oh yeah, this is next scene. I don't know. It makes me wonder why they programmed it. Also, I mean, everything looks a little bit creepy with the whole, like, N64 really blocky graphics. But, yeah. So, he's some kind of nightmare being danced around by Deku shrubs, but who isn't? That tends to be what happens to me every single morning, except it's not a nightmare, it's a dream. Which, you know, completely different. Look at that triangle of light. So, he's gonna kind of abscond here after we realize that we're Deku Link, which I've seen pictures of, but I guess this is the game that it's from. Because it's not really a guess, it's more of an extremely accurate prediction. You'll stay here looking that way forever. I can't really decide what to do with him as he kind of backpedals away. But, by the way, that flower will make me fly. I'm getting laughed at and punched in the face by that fairy, who apparently could knock me off my horse before, but now just kind of like pushes me back a centimeter. But the door closes and now I'm trapped with this fairy, who's going to be my guide for the rest of the game. Or at least for the rest of tutorial. Repetition is a thing that exists. And so is punching doors. Which, you know, apparently that door is stronger than a horse, or at least a pony. Whatever Link was riding. I'm not really sure how tall he is, or how old he is. But you'd think he'd be really strong. So his pony would be too. This is dialogue. You can probably pause if you want to read it. I could probably speed through, but it really messed with graphics, and I like people to be able to see the things that I do. That's kind of the point of me doing this. I just remember that you have to turn in order to change the camera angle in N64. As far as I know. Oh, thanks. He apologizes. He, she, it. They, we, us, them. Pronouns. The words in red seem to be completely random in this game. It's like where he might be going, as if where were an accurate location. But your name is Tuttle. Tuttle. Got it. Like what a thing does with its legs. And sometimes with age. Wow, who's the guy that was like put in charge of making a Deku expressive? Okay, so yeah. So my attack control has been switched from one key to the other key. Oh my god, camera angles. I wish it's not the C stick, because that doesn't do anything except for like make me do this, which is hella funky. I'm gonna not mess with that. Basically, I know how to run and make save states, and that's all I need for any given game. Correct? Correct. I answered my own question, but that's fine. These are seed bombs, right? Something like that? Oh, it's a Deku nut. Deku bomb. Okay. I'm not sure if it's Deku or Deku. I've always said Deku, but other people probably say Deku. Like, I mean, other people say, like, Neku, though, and it's Neku. So, you say potato, I say salamander, but when have I not been wrong? Am I gonna miss the... No, I'm not. I feel like okay, in the first run of this game, I actually did miss that platform, and I felt mighty silly. It wasn't, like, restarting the whole thing kind of silly, but it was pretty silly. I don't know what button to hit for you, but I think it's that one. You should compare me to that tree, and I'm not really sure. It's kind of like a surreal thing, but I'm a surreal thing. We match. So is this. The scene is... Like, who put that in a video game? You know, as awesome as that is, and the door closes behind me in typical fashion, I think I've explored through here before and haven't found anything. There's a cool water mechanic in this game. It doesn't kill you outright, but you kind of like bounce along until the final hit, and then it just points you back to the bank, but I haven't lost any health. So I guess it just prevents like safe passage without explicitly killing you. But it doesn't just kill you immediately. I don't know. I like it. I think there's some clever dudes that do that. I also tried walking on that water wheel, but it didn't work. So I'm not going to try it this time around. You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you? I feel like I should give this guy the voice of Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh! Because he's a jerk. And just probably... He keeps just giggling. What is it with everyone laughing? I own the Happy Mask Shop. I travel far and wide in search of masks. During my travels, a very important mask was stolen from me by an imp in the woods. So here I am at a loss, and now I've found you. Now don't you think me rude. Don't you think there's no you. But I have been following you. I don't think you're rude. I think you're kind of a creep. And he knows a way for trying to meet my former self. Let's just paraphrase the paraphrase. And he wants us to get the mask back that the dude that we were talking to earlier stole. Also, he just kind of teleports around, which I've noticed. He just, like, bam. It seems kind of peculiarly sudden. So, even though he could turn us back now, and then we'd be, like, indebted to him, and we'd just have to play the game anyway, because we legitimately want to play the game, instead he decided to only have us 3 days, and then if we do his job for him first, then he'll turn us back. So the eventual goal here is to stop being a Deku. I guess that's the quest that we've been kind of forced into. And suddenly, it's the dawn of the first day. 72 hours remain. And we're in South Clocktown. This is a picture. This is the town that was in the intro of the game that I didn't play because I've already seen it, and I decided that that was boring. And we're supposed to go to the north, I think? Yeah, well, he gives all of us the creeps, bro. Don't worry. 3 days, 72 hours, we're fine. I'm probably gonna fail. I don't know what happens if I fail. If I have to just replay it, I will, but... Is the Skull Kid? I guess the Skull Kid is the guy who stole the mask. However, this is gonna be our stopping place, because I've never... Dude, that friggin' dog. Wow. I'm gonna never touch him again. I didn't even attack. Wow, what an obnoxious thing. Anyways, that's a pause menu, and I will see everybody in part 2. We'll figure this thing out.